You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the Israelites of the Bible, according to the curses of Deuteronomy 28. And the simple fact of the matter is that my people have lied to you and the whole world about the Bible and have sought to paint their images over your images and to replace you in the Bible, which is your history, heritage, and culture. Now I want to go into Deuteronomy chapter 28 and read. This is Moses talking to the children of Israel after they've come out of Egypt, bondage. This is Moses talking to the children of Israel. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Here he is talking to the Israelites. The second verse, he begins to go into the blessings that would be put on the Israelites if they would keep the commandments. That says that they'd be blessed in the city, blessed in the field, and basically blessed in everything that they would undertake to do. They would lend to other nations, but not borrow, things of that nature. But in verse 15 of Deuteronomy chapter 28, it says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now I want to go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, and read one of those curses that all Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, should immediately be able to identify with, proving that you are the Israelites of the Bible. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more. The it is referring to your homeland, Israel, Jerusalem. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. So wherever you got off of those ships, who you were sold to, those are your enemies, according to God.
All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to say, Call Halayim La Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Brakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutation to you, sincere Akim, the house of David, that's laboring in his work with our truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom. All right, so I'm back with another quick lesson. All right, and as you see on the screen, all right, as the scriptures go into, that the tongues of these devils are going to fall upon themselves, man. All right, it's just showing you that this truth is out. It can no longer be hidden in the earth. All right, and knowledge is springing up, man. In the true Israel, the true election, all right, of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics are waking up, man. Okay, because here it is. This Edomite, he can get it. But why can't 2/3 of our people get it, man? You know, our people struggle with this more than the heathen do, man. You know, but I'm going to get straight into the scriptures, man, because as you see on the screen, okay, this statue is called the equestrian statue of Theodore Roosevelt, man. This is a real statue in New York City, all right, in the American Museum of Natural History. And it's just showing you that these Edomites have you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics in slavery, man, okay? These elites, they know, man. These elites of Esau, all right? These so-called Caucasians, these so-called Jews, all right? They know who you are, man, all right? These Edomites, they're done, man, okay? So this is how you know this is the end, man, all right? As you see here, Ecclesiastes 10:6, folly is set in great dignity. And it says the rich sit in low place, okay? And the rich represents you Israelites, man, okay? You sit in a low place, man, because you've been brought low upon the earth, man, going into the curses, man. All right, you're at the bottom of society, you see? It says, I have seen servants upon horses, okay, which is going into these devils, man, these Edomites, man. It says, I have seen servants upon horses, because these Edomites are in power over you Jakes, man, okay? You're still under that bondage, man, okay? And it says princes walking as servants upon the earth, man, okay? Just like you see in the picture on this statue, man, all right? It says servants walking upon the earth. No, Salaki, it says princes walking as servants upon the earth, man, all right? Because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, you are the true princes of the power, man, all right? But you have been reduced as slaves on this side, man, okay? But let's get into the scriptures. All right, this is Jeremiah 16 and 19. All right, because what did he say at the beginning of the video? He said that my people have lied to you and the whole world. And he said that they changed the images of the prophets and the Messiah, which you have a term called iconoclasm, all right, where they basically whitewashed the images of the true prophets and the Lord, man. All right, but this is Jeremiah chapter 16. Just grabbing that script, Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 19. O Lord, YAHAWASHI, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies. Okay, and that's exactly what this Edomite said at the beginning of the video, man. Okay, he acknowledged the fact, all right, that his people have deceived the world, man, and kept the truth of who the true biblical Israelites are, man, okay? Because these Edomites have realized, look, they are Esau, Edom, all right? They are the cursed people of the scriptures, all right? And they are the nation that hasn't been promised or guaranteed any mercy, man. So they know that this is the end of them, man, you see? But it says, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit, okay? Because at the end of the day, there is no salvation for Esau, man, all right? His future is destined for destruction, all right, and slavery, man, okay? Let's grab this too, Psalms 64 and 8, okay? All right, Psalms chapter 64 and verse 8, and it reads, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all they that see him shall flee away, okay? So what the point is, Esau's tongue is falling upon himself, man, all right? The Spirit of the Lord has these devils admitting the truth, man, okay? He just brought it out, man. He just laid it out, man, made it plain, man, okay? Because right here, what does it say in this quote by Theodore Roosevelt, okay? A thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education, okay? So why would this man of this status say something like that, man? It just proves that these elites, okay, these people that are these Edomites that are in high positions over the world, they always knew, all right, that of who you are, all right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics, and also that they know that the Bible is real and true, man, okay? They know this, man, all right? Let's grab another script. Oh, and real quick, too, I wanted to bring this out. For all you Israelites that try to say that the so-called Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics are not part of the tribes, you're idiots, man, okay? Just wanted to bring this out real quick, too. All right, this is from the Jewish Encyclopedia, Arsarif, all right, which we know that land is meant for America, man, all right? But it says, Arsarif, the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of men, okay? Because during that time, man, the Western world, so-called, wasn't inhabited by anybody, man. The place used to be a paradise, okay, before the so-called white man came over to the Americas. But the point is that the Northern Kingdom were already dwelling over here in the Americas, all right, prior to Columbus, man, all right? It says in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of restoration, according to 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 45. It says Columbus identified America with this land, okay? So this is in the Jewish, so-called Jewish encyclopedia, man. Because remember, excuse me. Because remember, Christopher Columbus, he had access to ancient maps. He knew that the Northern Kingdom were already over here in America, man. Okay? It says Columbus identified America with this land. See Kayserling's Christopher Columbus, translated by Dr. C. Gross, page 15. All right? So just further proof, all right, that the so-called Latinos, Northern Native Americans, and Hispanics, all right, they make up the Northern Kingdom, all right? They were already over here, okay? So let's get into the, let's grab some more curses real quick. Just going in the spirit. Okay. Jeremiah 17:4. Okay. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4, and it reads, and thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. Okay. And that's what happened to us, man. All right. It says, I will cause thee to serve thy enemies. All right. These Edomites. In the land which thou knowest not, for you have kindled a fire in my anger which shall burn forever. Which is the point, man. So we were discontinued from our heritage, man. All right. That's why we're not identified as Israelites, man. You know, these devils have gave us bywords, and these are the names of our oppressors, man. Okay, these are not a true nationality, which is going to the scriptures, man. That we should serve our enemies in the land that we knew not, man. Okay, so that happened, man. Okay, this is Deuteronomy 32, and I'm gonna grab verse 26. Okay, just hopping on the curses, slam back in on that. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 26. And I said, I will scatter them into the corners. I will make the remembrance of them to cease among men. And that happened, man. Okay, the Lord through hardcore slavery. All right, you Israelites were scattered to the four corners of the earth, man. Okay, and he said, I will make the remembrance of them to cease among men, man. That's why we're not identified as the Israelites in the earth, man. All right, we're called everything else but our true names, man. Okay, so that's exactly what happened. That's prophecy. This is let's grab another one, Deuteronomy. Just want to make some quick points. All right, because YAHAWASHI, he's made this plain, man. There is no more excuse, man. Okay, if you don't get it by now, then hey, the Lord is just spiritually blind you, man. Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, a byword among all nations, whether the Lord YAHAWASHI shall lead thee, man. Okay, and that's why we identify by these names, so-called Negroes, Latinos, so-called Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, okay, Dominicans, so on and so forth. These are all the bywords and proverbs that were put upon our people, man. Okay. So you can't get around these curses, man. You cannot get around the scriptures. All right. It's Jeremiah 50 and 33. Let's grab that. Okay. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI of hosts, the children of Israel, all right, which makes up the northern kingdom. All right, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics. All right, you make up the house of Israel. It says, in the children of Judah, okay, you so-called Negroes, Jamaicans, Haitians, and West Indians, okay, which makes up the southern kingdom. All right, but it says the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. All right, so this picture here is concrete, man, showing you the northern and southern kingdom oppressed together. All right. All them that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. All right. So this is proof, man. All right. That you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics went under hardcore bondage under the so-called white man. Okay. Verse 34, the Redeemer is strong. The Lord YAHAWASHI of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon, man. All right. Because the judgment is coming, man. All right. America has to pay. All right. For enslaving the chosen people of the Most High, man. You know, it's just simple as that, man. Okay, let me grab another scripture. You know, that's why they say a picture can tell 1,000 words, roughly paraphrasing. You know, this is Nahum 3:1, man. Because everything adds up, man. All right, this is Nahum chapter 3. And verse 1, the point. Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. All right. And you Israelites are the prey, man. It said the prey departeth not, man. You're still in bondage to this very day, man. All right. But as the scriptures say, reading again, Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city is full of lies and robbery, man. Because America, that bloody city is America, man. It's full of lies and robbery, man. Okay. This place was set up, all right, off the slavery, off the genocide of our people, man. You see? So this place has nothing but hell to pay, man. But the point of the lesson, man, is that this truth is out, man. All right? There is no more excuse, man. All right? Hey, he that have ears, let him hear, and you know, as the scriptures say, man. All right, let me grab one more script. You know, I just want to make a couple points, man. All right? The truth is out. And this is Esau's end, okay? Let's grab this scripture here. All right, Baruch, chapter 4. And I'm going to start at verse 30. Just making the point about how the southern and northern kingdom were taken in captive together here in America, man. Okay? You know? Like I said, that's a real statue, man. That's in New York. It's called the Equestrian Statue of Theodore Roosevelt, man. And it shows so-called Negro and Native American, you know, in a position of slavery, man. Just showing you, man, that these curses are true, man. The Bible is true, man. All right? Let me go back to that script. All right, Baruch chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 30. All right, here we go. Baruch chapter 4, verse 30. And it reads, "Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee." Verse 31, "Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoice at thy fall." All right, going into these Edomites and these nations, man. All right, they have afflicted us and they have rejoiced at our fall, man. All right, because what? Lamentations, let's get that too. Because these nations rejoice at our downfall. This is Lamentations 2 and 14. Let me pull that up real quick, make that point. Okay, here we go. Lamentations 2 and 15. And it reads, "All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the earth?" You know, because along with Esau and these other nations, they scoff at us and being in this low position on the earth. Verse 16, "All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, We have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we have looked for. We have found and we have seen it." You see, just going into the downfall of Israel, man. You know, these nations rejoice, you know, at our captivity, man. Us being in the lowest state, man. You know, but that's prophecy, man. Okay, so jumping back in Baruch, Baruch 4 and 31, "Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall." Verse 32, "Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons." Okay, so that she is going into America. Okay, that great whore. "Miserable is she that received thy sons," because you Israelites were taken captive over here in America. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics. All right, "For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved at her own desolation." Because YAHAWASHI is going to send ICBM missiles upon America. Okay, he's going to send different plagues and judgments on this place. All right, for the vengeance of his temple, man. Okay, you Israelites. Verse 34, "For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time." Going into post-destruction, man. All right, because nothing but desert-like animals are going to be dwelling in this land once the Lord completely evaporates America with those missiles. Okay. Verse 36, "O Jerusalem, look about toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from YAHAWASHI. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west, by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of YAHAWASHI. All right, which is the point, man. Okay, so America's gonna pay, all right, for the downfall, for the slavery and genocide of our people, man. Okay, but the point of the lesson, like I said, man, this truth is going out in the earth. All right, it's no excuse for you not to be able to receive this, man. All right, we are the children of the scriptures, man. We are the chosen sons of YAHAWASHI. Okay, so if that lesson was edifying, man, I just want to get straight to the point. All right, hey, Jake is up, man. All right, hope that lesson was edifying. I want to give our praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWASHI. And double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And double salutation to all you Akim out there laboring. Shalom.